Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I hope we're live. I hope this is working. I'm not entirely sure. Let's hope so. So I don't know. I don't even know if there's any people in here yet. So I'm not entirely sure when to start. My voice is already breaking. My voice is already breaking. Okay, so the whole premise, if you're watching this on as a VOD, the whole premise of the lives is we're gonna do we're gonna pick a genre, and each stream we will work on that song until it's done, and then the song will be released. Hey Moran, I hope I'm saying that right. We're gonna say that is how you say it, or I could call you 8282. But yo, welcome. Right, I just want to double check: is the audio coming through? Can you hear that music? Because if you can, everything is working, and we don't have any issues to deal with. Which would be great. That would be awesome, because it means I can just start. I got an announcement while I was checking the server. Well, you checked at the right time. You checked at the right time. I am happy that you are here. Welcome. Okay, so good. We have audio. All right. So, like I said in before, the premise is we're gonna pick a genre. Today we're going to be working on Liquid DnB, one of my favorites. Absolutely love Liquid DnB. It's a lot of fun. It's really fun to write because you can do all sorts of interesting sound design with it. So all I've got as a template is I have a kick, which sounds like this. I've done a little post-processing on it. A snare. Nothing much to it. And then we've got some tops, which I've put just a little phaser on. And this will just be the kind of build-up top, but then we'll stick it in the main top channel. It'll have no effects. But yeah, that's all I'm working with. Also, oh yeah, no, that's not all I'm working with. I also have a couple of basses that I've made. So that's one of them. And that's the other one. I need something to start with, you know? So we're going to go with that. We're going to just start from there. I am going to start by adding, actually I need to, let me just duplicate that. I don't want to making it difficult for myself. Suno. No, this is not Suno. This is Ableton. So this is all done within Ableton. So everything that you see, this is what's called a DAW. Suno is like AI generated music. That's not what we do here. Right, so I need to rename bass to, we're going to call this one pad, because we're going to start with a nice little pad sound. Oop, it didn't rename. And now I need to find a nice pad. I have so many presets on Serum. I know you can't see Serum right now. It's just because I'm capturing Ableton's screen rather than the whole display. So we're going to look for some pads, and then when we find one, we will continue. That sounds like a fart. No, not streaming on Twitch, just YouTube. At some point in the future, I will start doing like dual streams where we have, you know, it'll be both Twitch and YouTube. But for now, I'm just setting up with YouTube. Partly because it costs money. I didn't realize, but it costs money to like stream to two different things at the same time. That's weird. It's weird. I find that weird. I could work for some chords actually. Maybe if we... Interesting. I actually quite like that. So I'm going to draw some chords in. Also, I apologize if you can hear like what sounds like a kind of high-pitched fan sound in the background. I've got the aircon running because it is awfully warm. Pick a key, maybe. What music scale would I use? Well, the scale kind of depends on... It depends on, like, if I want it to be, like, minor or major, and then, like, I pick, like, a... I see, okay, here's something that's quite embarrassing. I know very little about music theory. So I kind of just, like... pick what sounds good and then I make chords out of it and then I kind of just hope that it sounds good put together. Like the thing is, right, my ear is good but my knowledge is not good. My knowledge is terrible. I quite like where that's going. That's sounding pretty nice. I like these chords. Just gonna throw this topper underneath it. Yeah, sounds good. Not sure on the key though. Might drop it down. Nope. No. Do I want to do a key change there? No. Do I like this? Do I like this? Do I actually like this, or am I not sure about it? I'm pretty not sure about it right now. Maybe it's just the synth I'm not huge on. Ooh, I'm starting to like it now. Okay, I'm gonna add a little... I'm actually gonna turn up the reverb a little bit. I kind of want to add a little bit of delay, just like thirds. Sound Fun Guy's here. Hey, dude. Kind of sounds like Doing It Right by Daft Punk feat Panda Bear. More like feat me. No, that sounds weird. I don't know that song. Reminds me of a Daft Punk song. Have I inadvertently ripped off a Daft Punk song? Hang on, I'm gonna have to listen to this. I feel like somehow. Okay, 1 second. What is it? Doing It Right. Doing It Right. Panda Bear. You know, I hear it. Don't worry, I'm muted and I listen through my phone. I'm covered. Don't you worry. Okay. Yeah, I hear it. It's that kind of like doing it right. It's that similar chord change. I need some like effect to lead me into that. I'm gonna check my library. Where are we? I have so many effects. So this might take a while. That's not what we want at all. Don't want a boom. I kind of want like a transitional like impact. God, that's horrible. I'm also going to turn that down because I'm sure that's extremely loud for you. I just want it to be kind of... I don't want to spend like 20 minutes making a sound when I have them in my library. This may take some time. Whoa, all these cinematic sounds. No, that's not what we want. There we go. That is perfect. I'm also going to throw a reverb on top of that. Full wet. Or mostly wet. I'm going to group this as well. Yeah, I kind of want to do some sort of like band pass on this. Or maybe just like an EQ curve. What is your process to not get stuck in a writing loop? I think like just commit to an idea. I think the issue people have is that like you'll get an idea and then you'll spend way too much time focused on one thing and then you lose the kind of creative drive for like what it could be because you've spent so long nitpicking these tiny little details. So if you have some kind of idea, just like get it all out as quickly as possible, because then like you'll have like the structure of a song and you can fine tune everything after, you know? Like don't waste time on the little things in the beginning, you know, save that for the sort of end of the end of the show, you know? So it might seem like I am spending a lot of time nitpicking, but I'm not, I promise. This is just how fast I work. We're gonna call this transition 1. I kind of want to throw a delay on that too. I'm gonna take it from there. I want it to be like a Yeah, that's the one. Okay. I kind of want to like... It would be cool if you do close-up sometimes. I don't know when the chat tab is open. Program is so far. Oh, because it's quite far. It's like everything seems kind of zoomed out. Yeah, it's tricky to stream a DAW Because obviously I'm looking at it in full screen. You know, I have it maxed out on a window, and you have it cropped in a tiny little stream window. I don't really know how I'd like zoom in on anything in particular, unless I do, you know, stuff like that. Like if I'm doing an EQ curve, like I can pull this up. Yeah, it's kind of hard to, unless you mean like this, how I like can kind of like zoom in on the, you know, the chord structure and stuff. It's one of those things that's kind of tricky to do. In this door, you can do EQ an effect on a single sound without assigning it to a channel. Oh no, it has to be on a channel. So this right here, this is a pad. This is one MIDI channel right here. This is what I'm assigning this EQ to. So here is, you have your instrument, which is this little box down here. This is what opens up Serum. You won't be able to see it, but I've got a big Serum UI on my screen right now. And then you have your effects after the fact. So we've got the delay here and the EQ here, but you can like maximize, especially the EQs, you can like maximize them. And yeah, sure, I can do some zoom in shots. That's absolutely fine. But yeah, like it's see, I made a switch from from Logic Pro to Ableton, and I have never looked back. Logic, the good thing about Logic is that it's really easy to learn and it's easy to navigate, and everything is laid out in a really nice way. But Ableton kind of just has everything that you could possibly need, and if you take the time to learn it, like, you can have a really effective and quick workflow. For me personally, like, Ableton tops out on Logic by a long shot. Logic is great, don't get me wrong. It's industry standard, you know, a lot of people do use Logic and put out some incredible songs. I mean, I used it for, gosh, like probably 10 years, and I got really comfortable with it. But it just, to me, it just like, also the fact that you have to be in an Apple ecosystem just to use Logic. Like, they don't have you know, a Windows version of Logic, whereas Ableton, you can use that on Mac and Windows, which is great. And you know, my main workstation being my PC, it just made sense for me to make the switch, and Ableton was what I landed on, and I'm glad I did. Like, I will never look back. I love Ableton. I think it's fantastic. Excuse me. There is a motorbike driving outside my house. I kind of want to like split that into 3. I know, I think it's great. Oops. The more I hear that, the less I like it. Maybe like a... Yeah, just a stutter note. Drop another one on there. Cool. All right, so we've got like pretty much the main chord sequence put down. And what I want to do is create this kind of like sweeping effect with the EQ, and we kind of want to finish it here. So I'm gonna create that now. Where is it? On frequency A. There we go. Where do we want to start it at? That's pretty good. Oops. Sometimes the fan want to talk. Yeah, it's just the mic picks up a lot of like outside noise and stuff. So we kind of yeah. That's one thing that I haven't, even with a noise gate on the mic, it's still like, it's such a sensitive mic that it just picks up everything. So occasionally you'll hear these like pop-ins of the aircon coming through. Apologies for that. Okay. These basses are so juicy. Right, so I'm just going to do something real quick. I want to hear what this would sound like with a bass line running through it. So it's in A, I believe. I'm going to need to change that bass line for this intro part. You tend to write stories to accompany the songs you produce. Do they come from the songs, or do the songs come from the stories? 95% of the time, the stories come after. It's like, okay, here's the kind of thought process, right? Like, I'll have like a sound which gives me a feeling. Like, I'll hear something that's like, oh, that immediately makes me feel this way. So then I'm like, okay, well, like, what can I create from that sound to capture the feeling that it made me feel? So I build around that. And then more often than not, once the song is complete, I'm like, okay, well, let's put a story to this that kind of matches it. You know, it matches the same energy of the song. There has been a few occasions where I've had like a body of text that I wanted to put music to. It's less common. It's a lot less common. I'd say like maybe 1 every 10 songs is done that way. But like, yeah, it's mostly the music comes first, but it's accompanied by the feeling. So the initial feeling that I get hearing the sound, or like whatever I've written, that will then influence the story. So they meld very early on, but they take form at different speeds. That's probably the best way I can answer that. You know, I'm honestly thinking of changing one of these basses to a Reese. Because I think the kind of heavier basses, like these, they need to come in way later when it all sort of kicks in. But I think a nice Reese would be lush with this. I'm a lot like that with the way I do visual art. You find a feeling and you follow it with every stroke and color throughout the process. Exactly that. Like, I think for me, like the biggest thing for me is like, if I don't feel anything when I'm writing something, it just gets immediately scrapped. Because for me, like the music itself is expression. And if I'm not expressing anything, then it's pointless. You know, I have no reason to express, or no feeling to express. So it needs to mean something right out the gate. Otherwise it just feels completely pointless. So yeah, like I think that's probably the case with many creative types, you know, like you don't create for no reason, and you know, if you do, it's kind of weird. Yeah, maybe this. Drop that down an octave. Yeah, I'm really vibing with this right now. Although I do want to take that EQ and we want to put that same curve on the bass just to ease the whole track in. I mean, I could just do this on the master channel, but no, I'm not going to do that. So deal with it. Right. So we want to drop that on here. Get rid of white. Come on now. Wait, why is that on track volume? That's... Why the hell is that put that on track volume? I just want it on the EQ. Oh, okay. Okay, it's fine. It worked. It worked. It was just for some reason... for some reason it was just... I think I copied the automation lane onto the track volume. We're going to do an octave pull here. No, we're going to do a... This is like, this is the part of music production that no one talks about. You can sit there like, where do I put this single note that lasts for 0.2 seconds that nobody is going to even pick up on? But it's so important to me in this moment. Like, I need to know where I'm going to put it. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's what we want. Do we want to, like... Yeah, there we go. We got some nice groove going there. Let's actually figure out the template of this now. Why won't you duplicate? There we go. So then we're gonna have an 8-bar build up here, and that's where it'll kick in. And after 2, we want to start bringing in topper. That comes in a little too harshly. Also, it's a little loud. I think it needs like a smidge of reverb and rolling off some of the highs in that, because I feel like it's just a little too harsh. So maybe just... and then we can bring it up with automation like later. Why is that saying it's up there? That can't be right. Oh my god, just... Oh, is it frequency? It's frequency gain, isn't it? There, that's why. Is it? Oh, this is what I hate about, like... This is the only thing... I don't know... I'm not good with automation stuff. Yet. Anyway. I'm still learning that kind of... how to kind of do that. Anyway, let's stick a bit of reverb on that. Actually, we're gonna put it through a send channel because we can fade in the mix. We're gonna go with Pro R. This one, a fab filter for you, and I kind of want this really big, like washy. Like washy kind of, so it creates that kind of like air, you know. And then if we automate the amount we send to that reverb channel, What I might do as well, take a bar and reverse it. Yeah, that sounds. And fade that in. Maybe not reverse it so much, or maybe even just reverse half of it. Glue those together. That sounds horrible. So I'm not gonna do that. But I am gonna fade it in. Maybe I could drop an effect on it. Some kind of really weird, like... Maybe like... Yeah, maybe we like... I'm going to extend this actually. How much do I want to extend it by? Let's go here. And we're going to slowly fade that in. And then I think we could add... I need to make these small again. I think we're gonna like double drop this kind of nice effect thing. Yeah, we are gonna do that. Also, I am just going to warp it so it's full length for the bar. Oops. And then we're gonna reverse it. Is it? Yeah, complex pro. Okay. We got a nice transition. Easy peasy. So when this section comes in, I'm actually just gonna start like, no. People, you know how people, I don't know if anyone else does this, especially if you work on music. People put like markers in of like, this is the intro, this is the first verse, this is the bridge, this is the chorus. I want to do it, but I just never do. And whenever I do, I'm like, oh, it's like just immediately I'm put off. So I'm not going to do it, but this is the intro part. This is the first verse. This is where the bridge is going to be. And this is where it's all going to kick in. That seems about right. Yeah, 55 seconds ish for the first drop. I kind of want more in that, like, I kind of want like a real big impact. Not that. That's horrible. Like a boom. Yeah, perfect. Look at that. Honestly, rules are to, yeah, you have to break the rules. There is no point, you know, like, there's no point trying to do everything by the book because you're just going to end up sounding the same as everything else. Yeah, I like that boom. That gives it the texture I needed. Do I dare to add the boom as part of the transition too? Oops. Nope, that sounds horrible. I won't be doing that. What is that? Oh, is it because it's so low down here? That bass is going to sound so meaty when it drops. I love it. Okay. Okay. All right. We are getting there. We have an intro, a verse, a bridge, and then a drop. We have the structure for like the main kind of like body of the song. I mean, obviously then we need to go verse 2, bridge 2, chorus 2, outro, but this is good progress. I feel like some like kind of weird like sound effects would be good kind of dotted around this empty space. But whatever that will be, I don't know yet. Okay. I have some like... Apologies for all the the horrible sounds that you're getting right now. Yeah, let's add a wolf whistle in there. Ooh, if we pitch that. Wait, it's in A. Hang on. That's perfect. Oh. Okay. Wow, would you look at that? That could not have been more perfect. So we're gonna add it on like where the snare would be. Okay. Submarine type it. Exactly. Oh, just the texture, man. Like this is the thing. Like it just maybe that's the theme of this track is going to be some kind of like underwatery. I mean, it's liquid DnB. It's in the name. It's liquid. So water has something to do with it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like... I'm gonna add some more texture. I kind of want it to like... do a little triplet into it. So I gotta figure out... hang on. Yeah, that's what I want. And then we're gonna gel these. Okay, cool. That's not where I want it. You know, I kind of want to... I don't want to pitch that the second time around. Yeah. Yeah, that sonar is so good. Right, like how good is that? That's like that is the standout part of the track so far. Right, I've got to figure out where this comes in so it's like there. Okay, and then it's going to go into the build. Man, that sonar is... maybe that's what this song would be called. Maybe it would be called Sonar. I think that's a really great name for this track. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. I'm liking this. I am really liking this. Needs some more body, but in this sort of area. Maybe we could do some more with like these chords in here. Yeah, we can get that going. That sounded pretty good. I kind of want like a, you know how, hear me out. You know how whales make that noise where it's like, I kind of want that. I kind of want that sound like in this little space here. Like I would love like a synth, even if I just like have like a synth kind of bend down a step. I think that would be killer in that particular place. So I'm actually sorry, excuse the color messing. I like the reason why. Okay, here's a little interesting tidbit of information. I like to color my tracks in this like the PS1 style of like buttons, like the face button. So we've got the sort of like bluey green of the triangle button, the kind of grey blue of the X button, the pink of the square. So I kind of have like, I'll have like my instruments in one group, drums and percussion effects, and then I'll have like extras as like another group. Yeah, I think that whale sound would be kick-ass in that particular spot. So we're gonna find the right spot to put it. Okay. Oops. Oh, I did not mean to delete that. Right, let's duplicate. We're going to call this whale. Now we're going to have to come up with some kind of synth that sounds like a whale. It could just be like a lead sound. So bear with me while I find a lead sound. This may take some time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to like really heavily soak it in reverb, so you just kind of get some of the tone out of it, but like none of the harshness. Not like that. I'm going to run with that, and I'm going to throw a heavy dose of reverb on top. Mostly all wet signal. Yeah, okay. So now I've just got to pick where it goes in. Is going to be here. I don't want it to be like part of the transition. I kind of want to keep that clear because like the drums do the transition anyway. Or the topper rather. So I kind of want it to be a transition in its own right, but like not act as a transition. It's hard to explain. I'll figure it out. There. Time to do some MPE bending. Okay, so I know where I want to put it. Yeah, that's the one. Maybe we chuck... Do I want it there or do I want it high? Yeah, I think it does sound better higher. But that sounds killer, right? That's like... That's awesome. Let's kind of blend it a little better there. I think it needs to kind of go on for longer at the start. Maybe like... I wish I hadn't done that. Okay, so I just need the notes to extend. Oh! Okay. Ugh. Come on, man. Every time. Right, okay, so... It needs to be there. And there. You know what? I kind of want it to do like... Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Okay. Typing on YouTube whale sounds. Yeah. Exactly. Like, I know whales sound nothing like this, but it's kind of that like large droney note that kind of bends. And the closest thing I could think of as a point of reference is a whale. I kind of want to also... I'm going to bring that in slower because it's a little loud when it comes in. Oops. Maybe I fade that too. All right, okay, I'm liking that. I'm just gonna drop the beat in. Something that sounds like a creaking door but with an echo. Yeah, exactly. Untuned violin. Exactly, yeah. It's a really uncanny sound that you don't hear like anywhere else, but I think it for like... Maybe I need to like source some kind of... I'm gonna check Splice, one sec. See if I can find some kind of... Wow, that... That's literally exactly what I was looking for. But I need to like pitch it maybe, or does it fit? Oops. You know what? As a texture, I love it. Absolutely love that. Oh my god, go in the group. Now that I've called that whale down there, I'm gonna have to call this whale lead. feel like that could come in earlier though. Moving the chair with the floor. Yeah, like that guy who like drags it across the floor to create that, like, I've seen that video where this dude is like dragging a chair across the floor to like a drum and bass like drum line, and it creates this awesome like jump up DnB like bass sound. It's awesome. Okay, so we're not going to add the beat in here. I just wanted to listen through. I feel like that snare's a little too low pitch. Yeah, S effects and like, so like in the past, especially when I've like been working with friends, we've done game jams and stuff, and I've always been the sound guy. And Foley and creating sound effects and stuff is like the most fun thing in the world. I absolutely love creating just random sounds and then turning them into their fit for purpose use. So I remember there was this game that I worked on a long time ago. I'm not going to say the title because it has my name attached to it. I'm trying to remain anonymous. But I created, there was this giant bug monster, and I needed to come up with a scream for it, right, for the trailer. And I must have used about like 17 different channels of audio, and all of it came from either my mouth or like the objects around me, and blended them together, and it just created this like ungodly sound, but it was so perfect. And this is the thing that I love so much about like sound effects in particular, is that there really is no right way to go about it. I mean, if like someone needs footsteps, then obviously you're going to go outside and record people walking about. But when it comes to like monsters or like creatures and things like that, you can really get so creative and give this animal / creature a voice, you know. I think that's so fun. But I you know, I know there's a lot of people out there that will use like animal sounds and like modify that to create their monsters and creatures sounds, which is, you know, equally cool, because at the same time you can't leave it as it is, because it'll just sound like, I don't know, a bird. But when you mess around with it and you get creative, you can make it sound like a 17-story tall hell monster. Super cool stuff. Yeah, it is. It is. It absolutely is. It's so much fun. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do the thing that you're not supposed to do, and I'm just gonna pitch it up. Full octave, yeah, that's perfect. I also realize now that I want to kind of bring those tops in like for like double the time. Yeah, we are going to immediately touch the ocean floor when this drops. I just need to figure out how I want to make it drop. I think so far we're like we've definitely got some really good structure put together. I'm loving the effects that we've put in. That sonar carries this track. Oh, it's so good. I don't want to add a triple kick. We could do like, but we are gonna ramp it. Oops, why is that not playing? Hello? It's weird. Okay, fine. Gonna be difficult about it. Yeah. Why am I getting no audio from that? Oh, I am now. Some kind of like fade on this. I don't understand what's happening. Why? Why is my... Oh, the gate is killing it. That's why it's so great. Now I'm going to have to add a whole new channel with no gate on it. Oh, I'm being stupid. I'm just going to... I'm just going to disable the gate. There we go. The whale sound could be a bit longer. Okay, cool. Let's stretch it. See what we can get. Yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. Perfect. Well spotted. Also, I need to ramp these as well. I think when this all kicks in, well, I say when it all kicks in, when the verse kicks in, I want to add some like same as this thing, same with these synth chords, but I want to add something a little pluckier to go underneath it. Yep. Take some of that low end out. I need more like harsh pluck. Oh god, not like that. Oh, I need to take the delay off it too. No, it's not plucky enough. I am just gonna loop this section here until I find the right sound that I want. So excuse me, you're gonna hear this chord sequence a lot. I think that's it. Oh, that's so lush. compress the hell out of that though. It's kind of got this annoying click though. Let's have a listen. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We can definitely use that as a transitionary instrument for sure. Now I absolutely hate how that transitions into that. Why? Something needs to happen here, but what that is, I haven't yet figured out. Maybe we go an octave up on the bass. That's I'm happy with that. That sounds good. But something needs to happen here. I think maybe if we just like modify this a little. Delayed vocal chop. Ooh, yes. Yes. Oh, you genius. That's awesome. Okay. and it needs to be like really reverbed, but like on the tail of it. So like it comes in like, I could just do it with an effect. So if okay. So I need some kind of vocal hit. Bear with me. I need a one shot.
Let's go.
Okay. I gotta find something. None of that. It needs to be like a sung note, you know? Some kind of note that you sing. But what that could be. That might work.
They tell you to find
Switch. We have it.
Oh, I think I'm gonna work with that. And I'm gonna put an effect on it. All right, bear with me. It needs to be like. It needs to be like that. But drowned in effects. What was it? Tremolo, I think. What is it? Auto panel or something like that? Hang on. Is this it? I think this is it. Tremolo. And then if we let's sync it. So it's yeah. And I kind kind of want to like double up the tremolo after the fact, but do it at 1.8. But like, I really need to like play with the EQ on this as well. Needs more like and then if we maybe chuck a delay on and then we kind of like activate the delay right at the end of the sample and then we can kind of let it fade out, or instead of me being stupid I can just glue this together. Echo the Dolphin. That is such a throwback. I played Echo the Dolphin as a very, very young child. And it freaked me out. I'll be honest, it freaked me out. Especially if you know Echo the Dolphin, you'll know probably which part I'm talking about. There was a very, very scary part in that game. Do we want to kind of... Actually, you know, I'm being stupid. Again, we're going to fade this out to here. So... I kind of want to like... Maybe we like just do it like a blend in, you know? So it kind of like peaks in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, this works. This really works. Maybe allow a little more of the sound to come through. Yeah, that works. Okay, so I'm doing this in a really like backwards way. What I could just do instead is do it with a track volume where we peak in the middle and then we kind of don't go all the way to silent, but like 30%, so we don't lose it. Maybe it needs to be a bit louder, so maybe 45%. The jellyfish scared me. Yeah, oh man. You know, I may have to like face my fears and just replay Echo the Dolphin. I think we lose too much at 45. I think it needs to just be like 60. Oh, come on. Oh, whatever. Yeah, there we go. We don't want to lose too much. Oops. Perfect. Yeah, that's sounding really juicy right now. I'm really liking how that's coming along. Okay, that's great. From the top. What I'm going to do also is I'm going to bounce this in place because like I need to save on the CPU. Oh, I didn't realize it would. Oh, okay. That actually, no, that didn't work at all. That's not what I wanted to do. Ah, well, whatever. No, I didn't think what underwater sounds we didn't thought out yet. Oh yeah, like what else is there that we could do? You know what? Okay, I've got it already. I've got it. It's like a sine lead beep going through as like a single note texture up here. Okay, I've got it. I figured it out. I figured it out already. But now actually, so it needs to be a toilet flush. Not quite sure that'd sound. I mean, maybe, you know what? Maybe at some point I'll sneak in a toilet flush as like a texture and just like mess around with it so much that it's like unrecognizable. But we'll know there's a toilet flush in there. Okay, so I need some kind of like really simple sort of maybe it's square. It needs to be square. It needs to be a square lead. All right, I've got it. So that's the one, just like that, but ground in reverb. Because it kind of sounds like, you know, like a... Do we want it there? Yeah, I kind of do want it like that. Also, why is my velocity so low? We'll like some sound that imitates water. Yeah, maybe some like kind of like bubbly, or some kind of like noise sweeps so to kind of imitate waves. I don't know. I don't want to go overboard with effects and stuff like that, but you can have some Morse code in music. That's pretty cool. Maybe we could spell out maybe we could spell out sonar in Morse code with these beeps. Okay, that would be so cool, right? Sonar in Morse code. Sonar is so 3 short dots, 3 long dashes, 1 long dash, 1 short dot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to draw this out. Okay, we're gonna draw this out. Overboard, and he's ended up typing out sonar in Morse code with beeps. Yeah, I don't know the meaning of overboard. Okay, so 3 short dots. So it's some words can sound cool. I mean, it's music too somehow. Yeah, totally. So, okay, we are going to be writing out sonar in Morse code and fitting this in the track. And I will hear nothing more about it. Thank you very much. So then it's a long dash, 1 short dot. Is that the same length? Yeah, it is. And then it's one short dash. So if we duplicate and then reverse. And then the R. Oh, man, where am I going to fit the R? Okay. Let's do the R. So it's a short dot and then a long dash and then a short dot. Okay, so we want it to get to here, right? So we're going to need to like spread these out. So I think okay, well that went wrong. Why are they coming in at a weird time? What's going on here? Okay, so we've got the S, the O, the N is the dash, the dash and the dot. Yeah, like that. That's cool. And then we need dot and the dash. All right. That's it. That's the sonar there. So if I just solo the drums and this like sonar bit. Yeah, it's like it's offbeat. Like some of it's offbeat, but it fits. God, that's so sick. Do I want to dupe this as like an octave as well? No, it's too much. It needs to be subtle. So cool. It's like, that is awesome. I never would have thought to do that. Never in a million years would have thought to do that. That's kick ass. Awesome. Sonar. Morse code. Okay. From the top. I need to put some reverb on that whale noise. I'm going to take this reverb, throw it on there. And decay to be really long. Yeah, that'll do. This is sounding good. This is sounding really nice. Where's that transition? Oh yeah, need to drop that in there. Okay, so this is coming along really nicely. We've got some awesome effects in there. We've got sonar written out in Morse code, being an instrument. We've got a really nice bass line with the Reese. I'm super excited to get these basses in there. They sound horrible on their own. Epic submarine fight video. Yeah, to a battle between two subs. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna fix this automation. I want to bring it out closer to the actual bit where it all kicks in. So we have more of a transition. Maybe I kill the top when those kicks kick in. So the way this works is the streams there'll be VODs on the channel. And however many streams it takes to finish the song, we will then continue on until the song's done, and then the song will be released on the channel, and on Spotify and all the other streaming services. So yeah, I mean, you picked a good time to go, because I am going to wrap up the stream here, and then next time when we pick up, we are going to focus on the build up and then the drop. So we're going to build the meat of the track next time. But hey, yeah, so you'll be able to rewatch this VOD and watch it from start to finish. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure VODs get automatically uploaded to the channel. I'm not 100%, but I'm like 99% sure. But anyway, yeah, that's that. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate being here. Thanks for the awesome ideas. And yeah,